2015 became a banner year for Indian Motorcycle of the Twin Cities. Unknowingly, we became the #1 dealer in a 5-state area. We also sold more Scouts than any other dealer. Corporate was nice enough to send us the demo truck just 3 days before our big event. Our own riders helped lead some of the rides for all the people doing demos that week.
Anybody have any questions? Think of the ride?
It's very smooth, a lot of pickup. Really
Did you
nice.
try the acceleration and all
yeah.
that? How about the turns? How did you like the turns?
Turns were fantastic. It's just a balanced bike.
Friday night we went to Mystic Lake's powwow, and I think it was a really nice opportunity for the riders to get together for a dinner that we did for just to say thank you for coming. Last year Danny Trejo came on the ride. He sat with us at dinner, and but this year it was a little bit more about the riders, you know. And we just set up a nice dinner. We had probably about 60, 70 people at the dinner, and Mystic Lake was gracious enough to set aside the space for us and provide like a special menu for the riders. Later after that, we had security escort us over to the powwow, and we all sat and kind of took in like a lot of their culture, a lot of their dances and everything, and a lot of people really enjoyed the event. They were really happy about it the next morning and said that they had never been to one. It's the first time they'd experienced it, and it kind of has a spiritual meaning for a lot of people to even just be sitting there and watching it. You get to see dances and cultures that are hundreds and hundreds of years old. I mean, it's just not anything comparable to that. Beautiful dances, beautiful dresses. It was really a nice time.
It was really nice seeing all the natives from all over the country come and display their dresses and their dances. It's one of the largest powwows in the U.S.
For a really long time, and convinced my husband to buy one, and we really wanted to do an all-Indian ride, so I'm really impressed with all the bikes here, so it's pretty awesome. So it's nice to just be with all Indians because it's kind of like its own little community. And these guys are really like, they come up and they introduce themselves to you, and just very nice, you know, and give you a lot of information about where to pick up stuff for your bikes, and so we've learned a lot.
Decided to come up and visit old Art and his goings on this week. Enjoying it so far. It's been really good, really good. He's a fine man, got a good spirit about him, cares about kids, cares about charities and things. I think he's a real nice guy. Part of riding a bike is riding a bike, but it's also meeting the guys and the camaraderie and getting to know people from all over the country, and you kind of network, and you're in that area, you can call them up and look them up. So it's more than just riding and just riding. There's a sort of a family atmosphere to it.
Well, I caught it on Facebook and asked people I knew, and they said, yes, it's good ride, good time. Good old Indian folks. Maybe win a bike too. And it's all for the kids.
I think it's going to be a fun ride with all the Indians.
We've been riding Indian, and I've had interest in Indian since I was a little boy. Always loved Indian, the name, what it stands for, and everything else. For sure means American to me. It's an existence of something that's been around a long time, whether they had a few breaks here and there as far as when they were being manufactured, but I connect it to almost anything American.
We ride on up here, and we're in Minnesota, loving it, and all these beautiful bikes, and I fit right in, and I'm having a great time.
This year I decided to call in another buddy.
here for the 13th annual ride for Kids Guilty Prize. Give generously. Kids need an education, and you know, it's the fact that you have to do charity events to buy school books. I mean, in this day and age, I mean, what the hell is that? It's just wrong. And me, my wife, and Gina, we spoke about it, and I was like, "You just got to do it." I said, "Definitely, I'm doing it." You know, and Danny did it last year. Bless his heart. How you doing? Pleasure. Glad he's here. Thank you very much for coming. Are you away? Yeah. Why are you away? Where do you ride, kids?
On Saturday, we went out to do the Indians Only ride. Which would lead to a pretty big lineup of bikes. What was cool about this was, again, same as last year, all the people that came out from all over the country to check out this ride. There was a lot of enthusiasm with the riders this year. After a nice long ride, we decided to stop and grab some food. Lined up all the bikes. Did a couple photo ops with Tommy and decided to have an auction.
Anybody that wants to take their portrait, as soon as I'm done with the auction and the dunk tank, you guys are more than welcome to go take a portrait with Shelly.
Rest your hair up a little bit on top. And then I want you to like squint past me.
Of course, the very talented Shelly Mossman, taking great shots of her black and white photography. I remember this being a pretty hot day. Unfortunately, I got duped into getting into the dunk tank. And it was so hot that even Tommy wanted to get in on the action. And we had to force her to get into that one. Pretty soon, everybody just wanted to cool off.
Full name?
We set up games for the riders so that ultimately the winner would win a 2015 Indian Scout.
Thanks.
After a long day of everybody being together, we all decided to call it a night.
This week we've had a lot more people come in from out of town. We even had a gentleman fly in from Hawaii to attend this event. We have a lot of people coming up from Mississippi, Texas, Maryland. I mean, it's from all over. And I think this is going to be a good prelude into Indian Motorcycle Bike Week next year for 2016, which is going to be the 115th anniversary of Indian Motorcycle. The numbers are up this year for the Ride for Children's school supplies. The weather's kind of shady, but I think we'll make it through before the rain hits us. But I think the true riders are going to come out on this ride. And Tommy Flanagan's going to be leading the ride this year. What's nice to see is actually one of my biggest contributors that helped me out this year, Mr. Wicker. Came in from North Dakota. He also has property in South Dakota. This guy helped me out big time with the event last year. He donated $5 grand to our event last year, and just want to give you a personal thank you. No problem. Yeah. And Kendrick here flew in all the way from Hawaii to attend this year's event.
Yep, I flew 2,685 miles. I rode 621 miles yesterday to get here. I was a couple days late, but I'm here. So aloha from Hawaii, and this is by far the best Indian shop I have ever been to. By far. The last time I'd seen an Indian on the road, I was 4 years old. And I had, you know, never seen another Indian. I'd never ridden one. And my big brother and I, James Wicker, we got into motorcycles a couple of years ago. And we started out with Harleys, you know, but when I told him the Indian brand was coming out, I mean, he jumped all over it. And you know, we're the two Indians on Indians. It's awesome. The warmth and the friendship that everybody shows when they see you riding the Indian and they're riding the Indian, oh, that is awesome. There's no replacing that. You know, and I'm a part of history. And that's the biggest part that I love. I will be here every year after this.
I'm meeting a lot of people from different areas and stuff, and making a few good friends, and hopefully we'll be keeping in touch with them after I get back home. And I look forward to doing this every year now until I can't do it anymore.
Let's not forget what this event is about. It's a charity event for a ride for children's school supplies.
Again, Tommy, thank you very much. So much for coming.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you, Art. Thank you for such a warm welcome. And it's been a pleasure riding with all you guys yesterday, and I look forward to today's ride. And thank you for giving. Let's have a beautiful ride, and thanks for coming out. God bless.
All right, everybody, mount up.
Year. The Saturday ride is the one that really grows the most, that changes up the most. And I got to admit, I told Art yesterday, it was one of the best events he's put on so far. It really came together. And so he just keeps growing it year to year, and I think a lot of us looking forward to next year because he's got a whole bike week he's putting together. So it'll be interesting to see what that really comes to. And I think it's going to be great. I've already got it on my calendar.
Our child needs as much help as possible, and you get a big group of bikers together, and they open up their wallets and donate for the better of our generations coming up. Then there's nothing but greatness ahead. So it's fantastic.
2015 Indian Scout that I bought 2 months ago, and I put 10,400 miles on it so far. So I'm excited to bring it back to the dealership where I bought it. And today there's a ride for the children's school supplies, and I've worked with a lot of special needs children in the schools, so I think this is a great way to give back to the community. I hit 17 states in 47 days and put 10,000 miles on it. So it was a great trip. The bike is amazing. I still love the Scout, so it's a good one. It started with a dream of, I don't know if I can do it, but I did. So Scout made it happen.
You can really be anywhere in the world, and if somebody has an Indian t-shirt or a sweatshirt, or they see the bike, and it just automatically opens up that communication. Everyone wants to come and talk about it. It's a real talking piece because a lot of people aren't used to seeing Indians out on the road, so when they do, they want to know about it, they want to talk about the bike.
I love it.
It's always good to ride. As long as you can get up on 2 wheels and go, it's always a good time. It seemed like there's a lot more bikes this year, which is, different experience levels, from experts to look like a couple of just beginners, but we all made it through safely, and that's all that counts. So Friday we had the powwow and everything, and Saturday we had the all Indian ride. So there's nothing better than being around a bunch of like-minded individuals. One thing to just ride 2 wheels, but you got a bunch of individuals say, hey, that's the brand I want to ride, that's the bike I like. Today, just like I said, having the other crowd, the other brands come in and experience what we do, and maybe we might turn some over to us. Maybe they might come on into the Indian side.
I'm part of the IARG, and being as active as I am with it, I sat down with Art a year ago and said, we have 70,000 union members that would be interested in raising and funding and helping support the collection of school supplies and funding for that, for school teachers. We know the kids that need the supplies. So there's 2 pieces there. A, we'll fund it, and B, we're a great network to help get the supplies to the kids that really need it. We took it to our community outreach program. We sat down as a committee and said, is this something we're interested in doing? They said, absolutely. We met at the rep convention with Art. Art told us his story, and it's been absolutely a match kind of made in heaven.
We're just excited to partner with Art this year in this, and the reach out, especially for the school supplies for our kids. One of the things we know it's a great cause. The second thing is it's really reaching some of our children that we know are in need of those supplies. So the fact that he already had a connection of how to connect that all together, and for us to partner in with that, so we're excited that this is our first year to go into that partnership with them, and then making sure that the students who really need those school supplies, actually we get those into their hands. We will support you in this, and work with them on how we can reach out to as many different places as we can. This is going to be the first one with a motorcycle riders group. I mean, it is, unique and first, and it's thanks to Mark here to get us involved.
I'm from Kohl's. I represent Kohl's Associates in Action. We come out to the community and we do volunteer work, and then Kohl's donates a specific amount of money towards the fundraising efforts for children. I think this might be their 3rd year, and they've come in and purchased backpacks, many backpacks from us for this event, and we started asking more questions about the event and finding out about how they raised the funds. And when we found out that they were actually a 501c3 program, we learned that we could volunteer, and so we got connected with them, and I believe this is our 1st year volunteering and helping raise funds for the backpack program. Would love to continue to impact the community through the Associates in Action, continue to raise funds, and just come back every year, because each time we volunteer we raise funds, and we also get to come out and hang out with these cute little kids.
This is the right market, so to speak, for us, and it lets us send the message that we want to send, and that's take care of each and every kid.
Next year we got the go-ahead to start up Indian Bike Week, or Indian Motorcycle Bike Week, and we have some really big plans in store for next year. As a matter of fact, we contacted the Guinness Book of World Records, and next year we plan on doing the Guinness 500. Next year my goal is to raise 100,000 plus and also set a world record as the largest Indian motorcycle lineup in the history of Indian motorcycles. So we plan on bringing in 500 Indian motorcycles. That doesn't even include passengers. So I think I can make it happen. I think a lot of people are that are hearing about it already are stoked for next year's event. I think we can make it happen, and I think there's a lot of people from around the world that are going to come back for that event, or that are going to come back to participate in that event. I have people from all over Europe that want to be part of this, and people from all different parts of the country. And I think that's my goal next year. Is the Guinness 500 is what we're going to call them. And I think if we do it right, we can raise 100,000 plus for the kids for next year's event.
It was a lot more than I expected. It was a fantastic time. It's wonderful people from Minnesota. I thoroughly enjoyed the ride, and it was for such a great cause for the kids. I'd like to thank Art and all the staff here. You guys were amazing, and I'd be happy to work with you guys anytime. Call me anytime. Peace and love.
We were glad Tommy liked the ride, but we didn't just stop there. We decided to head up to the northern region of Minnesota to make sure that all of our little brothers and sisters up on the native reservations got school supplies as well. Our trusty Linda O'Brien and Education Minnesota helped with the disbursement of all the school supplies that we had. Not bad for a little Indian motorcycle shop.